Welcome to our new series, The 200 Movie Challenge. Our goal this year is to watch 200 movies that we haven't seen yet. If you want to listen to the full podcast where this clip is from, the link will be in the description. Now enjoy today's movie.
So, Soda, let's switch gears. You found your number one movie. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say it completed you, but you know what? All of a sudden you're like, man, this journey has been worth it. But I got to ask you about
Yeah.
your next movie because I am going to kind of spoil it for the people because I got to make a joke out of this. When you watched the first Paddington, you saw
Yes.
on Paddington 2, which we kind of learned why this was said, but we didn't know in the moment,
Yeah.
that
No, I did
Paddington
not.
2, you saw a comment that said Paddington 2 wants
Yeah.
to make me a better man, and we had to
Yeah.
know why. And you saw the first
hmm
Paddington because you needed the backstory of a talking bear, because
hmm
why not? But yes, you now watch Paddington 2, and I
Yeah.
know now where this quote comes from, which I know you'll probably share with us. But Soto, does Paddington 2 now want to make you be a better man? Tell me. We know why you chose this, but tell me about your journey watching this movie.
Uh, okay. Well, I'll say yes. To that, unlike Pedro Pascal, I did not cry throughout this entire movie. But it's Chad. It's definitely one of the best movies I've seen in a long time.
Ooh,
It's this it even if you don't like, I know you watch Wallace and Gromit and all that stuff,
of
but
course.
the character of Paddington is just, and the message that he sends and everything like that is just so universal and heartwarming. Using kindness, as a superpower. Like, Paddington changes pretty much everybody he meets, which we've seen obviously in other movies. But his whole like radical kindness thing is just done in a way that's not cheesy, and it's done in a way that makes sense. I will tell you that, and I will spoil it, but whatever, it's kind of a tease too. There is a time where Paddington goes to prison during this
Whoa,
movie.
whoa.
Now, I only say that because I know you would not expect that at all, but it's like, I mean, this motherfucker even changes the goddamn prison he gets sent to. Okay, like everything that Paddington does is just so wholesome and great and fantastic. And again, did I will tell you, I didn't cry during this movie, but at the end I thought about it. I will say that at the
You got
end,
some feelings
at
from this
the
movie, is
end,
what you're telling me.
I
It hits
wasn't
you in the
expecting it
feels.
because I was kind of like, okay, yeah, I know this is great, and then like when it starts ending, and then the ending, I'm like, oh. um, again, just to piggyback, it's Paddington again is living with his family called the Browns, and Paddington is from dark Peru. He's a talking bear for reasons. But he's gone to London. He lives in London now, and he's kind of, his aunt always wanted to go there, who's also obviously a bear. And so he starts off with, he finds a pop up book in an antique store that is basically a pop up book of London, and he wants to send it to his aunt because she's never been able to get to London. He wants to be able to bring her the most authentic, version of London that she can. So it's like she can almost feel like she's there, but not really be there. So it's a really like a present from the heart. And so that really, starts the plot of the movie, right? Because of course there are reasons why he doesn't get this pop-up book very easily, and it explodes into this entire huge narrative, which stars Hugh Grant, by the way, which I wasn't expecting. And it starts this whole journey, and again, Paddington just continues to be just display kind of radical kindness. He doesn't learn anything in this movie. He just changes everybody that's around him. But it's not done in a cheesy way, because I know that saying it like that can make it sound cheesy. But it's actually done in a very authentic way, and it's done in a way that, really makes you believe it. And there's like really funny slapsticky parts and everything that would be great, overall for the family. But the message of this movie is absolutely fantastic. Um, and just again, the whole idea of like the family that you find is usually stronger than the family that you were born into, which I love that idea because I kind of live by that. Um, but yeah, it had a great emotional core. I thought that this movie, there was really nothing wrong with it. It just had a really great message to it, and again, it definitely made me feel some feels there towards the end. I wouldn't say like I'm Nicolas Cage where I'm like crying at the end of it, like Nicolas Cage does in that movie. But this movie was absolutely phenomenal. I wouldn't say, I think it was a little bit overhyped, but I do think that it does live up to the hype, 100%.
So the question is, where does this rank in
Yeah.
your rankings? Now I'm going to
Yeah.
assume it's not your new number one, though it hits you in the feels at the end.
Oh.
But you know, let's see. I mean, I'm going to assume, is this better than the first Paddington at least? Are we, where are we going with this? Because you have the original Paddington at 15.
It's better than the original Paddington. And Chad, this is my new number 3 movie that I've seen this year.
Oh, so this beats out Lawrence of Arabia?
It does. It does. It really does. Do I want to be a better person? I'm not sure, but when I look at this list, Chad, I'm telling you, there are not a lot of movies that you're going to find that are better than Paddington 2. I agree with the Rotten Tomato score. I agree with the vibe of it. Like, it is a kids movie, it's a family movie, but the themes and everything, the emotional core are authentic and legit. The way it's done, everything, the way it works out. I mean, this is a really great movie from start to finish. And again, it's in my top 3 movies that I've seen this year. I can't say I'm putting it into number 1 because I didn't have the visceral experience, and I can't say I'm putting it above Godzilla because, again, that was a visceral experience as well for me emotionally. But as far as, I'll tell you, Whiplash, Godzilla, and Paddington 2, of all the movies that I've seen this year, those 3 movies have elicited the most emotional reaction from me as a viewer. And so for me, that's why it makes sense for them to be in that top 3 for the year. So yeah, big week. Big week.
Two in the top 3 and a new number 1. Holy shit.
Yeah. And it wasn't Twisters. Surprise, everybody. I'm sorry, but Twisters, I think, is where it belongs.
I would have bet on the fact that that wasn't going in your top 5, let alone top 10. But oh my god,
Paddington 2 is legit. It's got some legit shit. I mean, you know, it's not a perfect movie, but it's a fucking good movie. It's a good movie. And I recommend it. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, to bring this full circle before we end this, because you mentioned Rotten Tomatoes, and I'm trying to remember. This had was it a 99% score? Was that how? This was a high score. Do you remember offhand what the score was?
I think if it's not 99%, then it's like close to it. And I can bring it up here.
I'm going. No, it is 99%. I'm looking at it right now. And
I mean,
that's right. You wanted to know what and an 89% audience score, a popcorn meter. I'm assuming. Holy cow!
Yeah, dude. I mean, this is a good movie. Like, it's not. You know, I mean, the first one, yeah, you know, whatever. But this second one is good. It's got a heart. It really does have some shit. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's definitely it's great. And again, I hope that me saying that there's a part where he gets stuck in prison. Dude, he gets stuck in prison and makes the fucking best out of it, man. Like, I can't fucking even tell you, like. He's wrongfully accused and he goes to prison and he turns prison around. This happens in this movie. So, yeah, spoiler alert, everybody. I'm sorry, but, you know, even when you're in the most dire of circumstances, there's always a light, like, is what this movie is about. And it's great. So,